Women want the benefits of equality, right? They want the benefits of equality. It's quick. I call it selective equality, right? They want to do all the stuff that a guy can do. They want to be a man. They want to travel down a male path. They want to do all of that stuff selectively. And then they want to turn into the damsel in distress when it's convenient. So what's happening is guys are getting confused, irritated, agitated, and saying, I don't even want to do this anymore, right? You're seeing a wave of women that are going ballistic, and you can see it in their eyes. Like the crazy eyes are getting crazier. The panic is getting bigger because guys are, in many respects, just saying like, I'm done.
They want the authority of a man, perks of a woman, and accountability of a child.
Militant intersectional feminists become trad wives the moment reality hits.
Anything men can do, we can do better.
Voice the colors
Reject delusions, embrace gender differences.
Correct. Now, where's my sandwich?
Isn't there some kind of peak in their thinking? They're using the same thinking as all women before them in history. It really is only about money, so they want to have the richer guys.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because they suck.
Schrodinger's feminism. A woman is simultaneously a victim and empowered until something happens. Then she chooses which state benefits her the most.
Do we need men?
No. Women are strong, independent girl bosses. It's always nice to have a man.
Yeah,
but
I feel like it's nice, but
I mean, to have kids, you need a man. But like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
what I'm-
I don't walk around and be like, I need a man. Like, no, I can be very independent without one. It's just an added bonus. Like, love my boyfriend. He's
Yeah.
great, but
just nice to not be like lonely, I guess.
Do you think we need women?
Yes.
Do you think guys are like chivalrous nowadays as much as they used to be?
I feel like guys just think that girls owe them like everything. Oh, well, like I bought you dinner, like what are you doing for me? And it's like my time, I don't know, like you're getting to spend time with me.
Yes, I think that a lot of Southern boys have really good manners.
I have the best boyfriend in the world. So no, he's really good to me. But before I met him, I didn't have any hope. People just aren't really nice to each other these days anymore either. Like I feel like there's like a very mean culture about our generation, which I'm part of it, but like.
Here's a better question. Do you think women need men?
I think we all need each other.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
But do you think specifically women, now that women are making the money, they are, getting ahead, they are educated,
I think it takes a specific man. Like you stated this, you will not date under.
I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
And that's your preference, it's fine. Some people have a problem with that, I don't. So, if you have all that, you're not gonna be able to handle a man that's under.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing y'all don't understand, ego.
Mm.
Like the ones that have guys that don't do nothing and they still let them be a man, they survive. Once you start down talking that man because you got more than them, it's not gonna work.
It's clear for us men. We've never said we don't need women. We need good, humble, bearing, and nurturing women to raise families with us. We're just specific about the type of women we don't want.
I don't understand where the "we don't need men" argument is even an argument. But the saddest part about it is that it's women's reaction in an age where men have expressed that they feel like the only value that they bring into a relationship or to the world is what they can provide. They talk about how they feel like they are not born with innate value like women are. So the reaction is to tell them, no, actually, that's not so valuable because we can actually do all that stuff ourselves. It's so messed up.
Feminists have been training women to be men. That's pretty much a prerequisite for a professional career these days. But it's also a formula for failure in your personal life. A feminine woman and a man go together like a nut and a bolt.
Do men need women?
Yes.
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 Do women need men?
No, absolutely not.
What would society be like without men?
I think the great men stay, the trash men go. Where's the trash man? Take them out.
What percentage of men are good and what percentage are trash?
10% are good.
Yeah.
90 of them are trash.
Yeah.
What would society be like without women?
Absolutely terrible.
What do you think feminism has done to modern day women?
I think modern day feminism is just an absolute disgrace. I think it's become a political weapon to push the narrative that women are inferior to men and women are not valued in society and women need to fight and be almost super aggressive towards men is completely wrong, because women are probably one of the most valuable things in society.
And feminism tells women that men don't believe they're valuable.
Feminism tells women that men don't value them as a whole, but I think feminism makes women feel like they're not valuable to themselves. And I think that's the worst message that you could instill in the younger generation.
So do you think men should do these things?
Which things?
That they should use force as an authority against women?
Well, sometimes. In some cases, sure. Like if
Like
a
what?
woman's committing a crime, something like that, I think men are totally justified in using force. I think if a woman attacks a man, he's totally justified in using force.
I'm talking as like a societal.
Yeah, but these are societal prescriptions. If a woman attacks a man, yeah, he's perfectly acceptable for him to
Sure, so
smack her
but
up.
there are instances where you say would you condone wife beating?
But no, but I wouldn't condone husband beating.
Sure, but you're saying that, men's authority is through force. This is how, why
No.
we should have patriarchy.
No, enforcement. That's the requisite.
But enforcement is...
Yeah, it is force, yes. Yeah, but that doesn't mean...
authority is through
Remember, my
force.
claim is that might makes, not that it makes right, but that it
So it's not a
shapes.
moral ought.
No, it's not. It's just a descriptive
So
truth.
do you think that men should work to cooperate with women in society?
No, I think women should cooperate with men in society because they depend
does
on...
co mean?
I think that women depend on men for the use of force doctrine for their own protection. So I think they
I
should
think under
cooperate.
patriarchy, sure.
No, I think under matriarchy, they still depend on men.
A masculine woman and a man go together like two bolts. The masculine professional woman may disguise her masculine nature to get married, but eventually it will express itself as competition with the man for dominance and control in the family. That leads to divorce for irreconcilable differences, not surprisingly.
I was raised by a single mother. I went to college. I got my degree in statistics, which is a male-dominated field.
Right.
I got my job at Visa, and at the age of 24, I bought my home in the Bay Area, which is an expensive market to purchase a home. After I bought my home, I proceeded to remodel the home with my own two hands using YouTube tutorials. So, literally, I did not need a man. I did the manly work. I scraped a popcorn ceiling. I put in a full laminate floor. I learned how to use a table saw and not cut off all 10 fingers, right? So I proved it. I did the thing. Yeah. I proved that I can live this life without a man. And I'm telling you, it is not fulfilling. Because at the end of the day, I was sitting in an empty home, absolutely miserable that I was alone. So I need a man to fulfill my greatest potential in life, which is to become a mother.
Yeah,
There
I
is
agree.
nothing that's better than becoming a mother and having that legacy. And when you find the right man who wants to have that legacy as well, you will want to submit to him.
She didn't need a man, but she 100% watched a tutorial made by one.
What's the value of a woman? Because all you're explaining is that men are stronger.
Her value is in her reproductive ability and her ability to take care
What
of her
if
family.
a woman was infertile?
What if she was?
Does that mean that her purpose has failed?
I know, but I think that it makes her, generally speaking, less valuable to men inside of that society, wouldn't you say?
So you think that she's less valuable as a person?
No, that's not what I said. Repeat what I said.
You think societally people would
hang
find
on.
her?
Let me say it again. I said that the men inside that society, where women cannot reproduce, or a woman can't reproduce, are probably going to find her less valuable.
In terms of a dating...
And walk it through logically. Do you think that women are equipped to do the same kinds of jobs that men are equipped to do?
No, but are men equipped to do all the same jobs that women are
Yes.
allowed to?
What job can women do that men can't?
Give birth.
That's
Bear
not, I mean,
children.
that's not a job. It's
Yeah.
part of your biological makeup. But when I'm asking you, where are all of the female stonemasons? Where's all the female Green Berets? There's not a single one. There's not a single female Navy SEAL. There's not a single
Because we
female.
aren't raised that way.
There's not-
What was that, bro? What was that?
I knew it.
I knew it.
Oh, for God's sakes. This is why you don't
kidding
include
me?
women. No, she did not, in fact, know it.
Guess what?
It's another fall, and I'm still single. You want to know why?
Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, because you're masculine?
Probably wouldn't be single if you weren't blonde. It's probably.
What are you doing?
Honestly, I wish society would stop infantilizing women. Let them do the hard labor and all the things men have to do, including conscription.
Do we need men, in your opinion?
No, because they do nothing all day.
Do we need men?
No, like, they just sit there.
Do we need men, in your opinion?
No, because they're icky.
How did he find 3 tiny girls all dressed in just insane fashion? Tough world out there for men. It really is, both on this and the dating side of things. Somebody said, that's the same person 3 times. Thank you. That's what I think. Somebody else said, pay attention to me. You must look at me. I require attention, whether it's good or bad attention. I do not care. Just pay attention to me. Yeah, that's why they're all dressed like that and why they say things like that. It's all for shock value.
Women have always gone after men who had more money than they did. That's human history. Now, they being strong, independent feminists also only want a man who has more money.
90% of women do regret for filing up for divorce. Yes, you didn't want to live with this man, but you really deep in your heart were not ready for the divorce and for a breakup. The true reason why this breakup and divorce happened is because you didn't have energy to influence and impact your man. Because deep in our heart, ladies, we want all to change our men to be a better version of themselves. That's all we want. We're wired for that. However, the only way you can influence your man to change is by start working on yourself. Once you change, your man gonna start sooner or later changing and reflecting you. But please know, if you are right now putting all of your effort to change him, it's not gonna go well. He will just resist and you'll have more and more arguments and fights.
You know, it is kind of sad and mostly pathetic that women in their 20s all the way through their 40s still act like children with uncontrollable tantrums. Amazing isn't you're considered below them until they're out in the street realizing no one wants them anymore. The grass is only greener over the septic tank.
What is a time where you felt that you failed that you learned a valuable lesson from?
That's such a hard question. Getting divorced was a big lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come? What happened?
For a long time, like in your 20s and 30s, like getting married was a big goal, and I got married. And then I realized that that's not everything.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned through being married was that knowing who you are, knowing your values, and knowing your non-negotiables is so much more important than anything else. It could be more important than the person that you love. And that was a huge lesson for me.
So do you think you didn't know yourself before getting married?
I think I didn't really know how important my values were to me before I got married.
What is true love like, in your opinion?
When I find out, I'll let you know.
Why did it not work, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I wanted it to work so much that I was willing to overlook aspects of him and myself that didn't align with my true values. And that's why it didn't work.
They always regret it, only when it's too late. When marriages end, usually some time has passed since the wedding. In fact, the average length of a marriage prior to divorce is 8 years. Divorce comes at a big cost, with couples spending an average of $7,000 to dissolve their union.
I'm crying because my son is leaving. He's going to see his dad. And
An average woman wants a tall, handsome, wealthy, and attractive man. However, she typically fails to work on and improve her inner beauty, her personality, and character. In the end, what is on the inside ultimately manifests on the outside. And 99% of the time, this results in an entitled and ungrateful person who is self-centered and demands that the man grant her every wish for the rest of his life.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? So he responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. Like, I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy, there was no compassion, there was no like wanting to fight for us, and I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. So it was like within a couple days, he moved out.
Women tell us what they want, and when we respond, they have a problem with our response. Imagine how controlling a woman has to be to even control the response her man gives after she says she wants a divorce. I can't even imagine the life the guy must have lived with such a woman. Good riddance, I'd say.
When I want something, I get it. We used to live in upstate New York, and now we live in Tennessee, and I realized that I wanted something in New York, so I told my husband that he was going to drive me to New York. So it's currently almost 7 a.m. and I just woke up. I'm feeling pretty good. And he's been driving all through the night, so I didn't have to deal with that. And now we're almost to New York, so I can get what I need. And then tomorrow we'll head back to Tennessee. Isn't he the best?
Now that's just crazy. And imagine how self-centered this woman must be to actually talk like this in front of the guy. Imagine the emotional abuse this man must have had to go through every single day. May he be put out of his misery soon. May he find peace alone or with someone who doesn't take him for granted. May he step out of the bubble of simping he's currently in. Here's another modern woman already regretting her divorce.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
So here it is. In case you didn't know, and this applies to both men and women, being cheated on is traumatizing as fuck. I was married for 21 years, and cheating was never an issue in our marriage. In fact, that was the least of my worries. I never had to worry about it. I never thought I did. I never had a feeling that I had to worry about it. Never on either part, either side. And then I got divorced, and I come into the dating field, and it is an absolute shit show. And if I had any idea what I was getting myself into, I probably would have stayed married.
Let me guess. You filed for divorce because he was too nice and didn't cause you any drama. Then you got bored. I'll take another guess. She thought everyone in the dating world was having too much fun, and she thought she was missing out. She basically walked away from a stable relationship to join chaos. I'm really beginning to think some of these women might be restarted.
Okay, this says, behind every angry wife, there is a husband who has no idea what mistake he made. I know she meant to be funny, but this is low-key one of the most dangerous places to be in a marriage. If a woman ever actually stops telling you what's wrong, your time is running out. There's always something wrong with us, okay? So if even a day goes by that we're not like, man, I have this weird sore spot like right here. It's not like quite on my nose. It's like kind of under my eye. It doesn't mean that nothing's wrong. It means that she thinks you're the problem and she doesn't count on you to fix it. I've seen a few friends go through divorces, and one common theme leading up to almost all of them is no matter how crazy the problem was, these wives stopped communicating them to the husbands. They gave up. If she stops telling you what's wrong, she has lost faith in you. At least that's what it looks like. So if you're a wife who doesn't want to divorce her husband, I highly recommend telling him when he annoys you, because otherwise, he's not going to figure it out. He's just going to keep whistling and dancing, and you're going to be the only one mad.
If I ask what's wrong and you say nothing, that's the end of it. If something is wrong and you lied to me about it when I ask, that's a you problem, not a me problem. I'm not oblivious. I see that something is bothering you, but I'm trusting the words you said to me. You're an adult. You are telling me that you have it under control. If that's not the case, you have all the tools available to remedy the situation, so act like an adult and participate in solving the problem.
Worse, and then complaining that they're not getting enough of the man's money, and you're like looking at her like, you dingbat. First of all, nobody wants you out here on the dating market. I hate to break it to you. Like, what? Like, you FOMO'd at 50 and you got kids. Like, don't nobody want you. And on the other side, it's like, you would have had more money if you stayed with him. Okay? Okay? If you file for divorce and you don't get a payout, The only people that are going to be advocating for you and being like, no, you need to take him, sis. Get him for everything. Like, those are some toxic women. Like, probably narcissistic women.
Social conditioning is incredibly harmful and potent. Modern women who fall for it will go to any lengths to protect the beliefs they hold dear. In actuality, they simply combine it with the information they've received from institutions, significant figures, and multinational corporations with little regard for the pleasure of women.
Please, please, my life has been torn upside down. We are a one-income household. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Please don't threaten, and please don't try to call my husband's place of work. You're just gonna get me worse.
Oh.
This is my life. And I never, in a million years, would have thought that this would blow up the way it did.
Well, it did. The community that was supporting this woman's cause, the feminine anger, wanted retribution, wanted revenge on her husband. Please, for the love of God, the earth, everything on it, and possibly your own outcomes, do not post your issues online.
Women are conditioned for instant gratification. They want instant happiness, wealth, fame, luxury, and comfort. They want perfection in men while they hardly bring anything to the table except perhaps their physical selves.
I'm seeing so much content on this app about how women's standards for men are raising so quickly because women don't feel like they need men anymore. Something I've been thinking about a lot recently is how, yes, a lot of this shift is economic, like women don't need a man to financially provide for them anymore.
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man. Nothing, 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 and nothing.
You ain't with that one.
What's going on?
Oh, thank you, best friend.
Nothing. What do you need from a man who you're gonna take seriously?
Money.
That's all you look for. You're not serious though.
I am serious.
So why would a man even want to look your way if you can't add value to his life?
What dog if you ain't got the bag down? Right. Thank you. Thank you, trying to spend the money down.
So let's say the man has the bag and he wants to spend the money. What does he get back?
I asked him more question like, what's my favorite color? You know what I'm saying?
I can't count all of the times that women I know have tried to get me to help them with minor repairs since I've been single again. It's like they just expect it, like it's your duty to comply, and get upset when you don't allow them to use you and then forget you once they've gotten what they want. I'm done helping ungrateful women.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I can do everything myself and I don't need your help.
Modern women.
Babe, I need help.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Sensational.
Girls, when you guys need to change the oil to your car and your man doesn't want to do it.
Yo, man.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Is a man less of a man if he can't change a flat tire?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is a woman less of a woman if she can't cook a meal from scratch?
We're biased. We're women.
Men have essentially built almost everything that we see, use, and slash or own, from buildings to bridges to big and small objects. I want to thank men throughout history from cavemen to today for all they've done to make life easier.
I can feel my own cooling.
Oh, she's boiling water. While the engine is running, oh, she's wrecked that Audi.
Oh, cis heterosexual men, absolutely, especially white men.
What rights do you think that men have that women don't today?
A woman can still walk a street and not feel protected versus a man can't.
Women are probably like underrepresented.
Like it started off with great intent, but you have people who abuse the system.
A hatred of masculine energy.
It's like anti-men.
Today, I'm out here and I'm asking, is feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, it's more relevant now than it ever was.
Yeah, I would say feminism's still relevant today. You know, we built this country, men, but women at the same time got to supply more men, right? With no women, the world doesn't go round.
If you look at like domestic abuse, for instance, we know that it happens to people of all genders, but it seems to be like disproportionately like affecting
Is
women.
feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. They relevant. Throughout history, women have been discriminated against.
It is, but I think it's changed a lot. Feminism started out as women's rights, and now it has skewed into something entirely different than what it was.
Are we going too far? Did we do this and all the rest of that instead of being angry?
Now it's morphed into something that's more preaching like a superiority over men kind of stance. Like I work with some people who would consider themselves heavy feminists and they are constantly dogging on men and they openly say, I hate men. I would say that as long as men are alive, feminism is always going to be relevant
Why?
because men.
It's like today, we're more polarized than ever before. And if men and women can't get along, it can only hurt society.
Fact is, women do need men. Most of them realize that too late when they're past the wall, hitting their mid-40s, and realizing they're missing a big chunk of life.
Man saves girl from speeding car.
Yeah, I love that. That's what men do.
Never depend on a man. I'm married and I don't depend on my man.
Really?
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, you never know. Obviously, nobody gets married thinking that you're going to eventually break up, but being independent and having your own money that you worked for gives you a different sense of purpose. Human beings overall, I don't think we are built to depend on anybody. I think we should all be independent and have our own worth.
One unit, one team, one everything.
I don't believe in that. I think you're still your own individuals.
Why do you think so many people nowadays, they can't stay married for a long period of time and they get divorced, in your opinion?
I think that nowadays everything's so disposable and it's so easy to date around, to be with someone, and being with someone is not easy. It's not. It's hard. Any relationship is work because you have to want to make it last. You have to want to make it work. I think the best advice that my dad gave me was
Oh, we wanted to hear the advice that Dad gave.
It's crazy because guys have to work hard and make lots of money to get all the girls coming to them. And then all the girl has to do is buy some makeup and boom, she gets all the guys coming to her.
I find this tweet very interesting. Obviously it's asinine and there's several ways that you can go about proving it immediately wrong, the first of which being there are women that work on oil rigs. But I actually don't think that's the most interesting discussion to have about something like this. I think a better question is, why do these men work in such harsh conditions? It doesn't have to be this way. Oil companies are literally making record profits. Why aren't they reinvesting at least some of that money into improving worker safety and getting automation for some of the more dangerous parts of the job?
Men head the home. Women support as helpers. If Western women want to pursue their own path, men will get passports for foreign women who are best trained to be feminine and have less pain and stress.
This is the world's most deadliest job on Earth. They earn $30,000 a month, but it's more dangerous than being a Navy SEAL. Meet underwater welders on offshore oil rigs.
30,000
Yep,
a
they
month?
dive deep into the ocean, where the pressure is enough to crush you. Imagine working in near darkness, with only a helmet light and frigid water all around.
If NASA says it's too hot to go to the sun, then why don't we go at night when the sun turns off? Here's the twist. It'll be cold. Isn't that concerning?
The hardest part of growing up as a man is a horrible realization that women aren't as nice as we've been made to believe. It's a difficult pill to swallow, especially for a former optimist. And this is what I've basically seen in the last decade. Thanks for watching The Masked Auditor. I audit the fragmented world between men and women and open the eyes of men around the world to the possibility of a better life.